Drexan Energy Systems PipeGuard CMH is a high-temperature, constant wattage metallic sheathed heating cable. It is a parallel circuit construction and is meant to be cut to length and terminated in the field. It can maintain temperatures up to 400 degrees Celsius and be continuously exposed to 450 degrees Celsius. It is normally designed using Drexan Designer Plus software and shipped on 150 meter-long reels, in most cases shipped from stock the same day. It is affixed to piping structures using stainless steel tie wire. As with all constant wattage heating cables, the sheath is not permitted to overlap itself nor to touch itself. Prior to installing PipeGuard CMH heating cable, it is important to identify the wattage output of the cable. Every spool of cable is color-coded. Refer to the chart on page 4 of the PipeGuard CMH termination kit installation instructions to determine which part number you have. The part number is also embossed on each metallic CSA tag that is supplied with each spool. The spools are 150 meters long, and a tag for every 15 meters of cable is supplied. If additional tags are required, please contact your local distributor or Drexan Energy Systems with the wattage output, voltage, and serial number, and extra tags can be supplied. Drexan Energy contact information can be found on the PipeGuard CMH termination kit instructions. The tools required to terminate the PipeGuard CMH cable are the termination kit, high-temperature silicone sealant, a tape measure, electrical tape, linesman pliers, a pipe wrench, a knife, and a hacksaw, or the recommended PipeGuard CMH stripping tool. Using a hacksaw can be more time-consuming and takes added care to ensure that damage to the heating core does not occur. Using the recommended PipeGuard CMH stripping tool is a safe, quick, and easy method of removing the sheath. Remove the metallic CSA tags from the spool and store them in a secure, convenient location handy to the installation. One tag must be attached to each circuit at the power connection location. Allow 1 extra meter of cable for each termination. This will ensure a properly made termination and 25.5 centimeter long cold leads. Measure and strip back 30 centimeters of sheath to expose the cable core. Locate the first window or node. The window can be felt or seen by looking for the slight indentation in the core. This is where the internal heating element makes electrical contact with the bus wire. Measure and strip back 35.5 centimeters of sheath and locate the next indented heating element window or node. Place electrical tape around the core, close to the end of the sheath cutback. This will prevent the electrical insulation from unwrapping when it's removed. Taking care not to damage the electrical insulation on the bus wires themselves, remove the layers of insulation from over top the bus wires. This can be done by unraveling all of the layers, but it's more quickly and easily done by simply making a longitudinal cut down the middle of the exposed core and pulling off the layers. Take care not to cut the bus wires. Locate the indented node close to the electrical tape. This is where the heater element itself comes in contact with the bus wire. With one hand over the electrical tape, locate the heater element and unwind it 2 to 3 times, pulling it out from underneath the electrical tape. Cut the heater element off cleanly. This is a very important step when terminating PipeGuard CMH cable. The heater element is made up of multiple strands of very fine nichrome wire. If one or more of these is left behind when cutting the heater element, they can make contact with the sheath at a later step and create a short to ground. The PipeGuard CMH termination kit contains complete installation instructions for terminating both ends of a circuit. The instructions contain a color coding chart to which you can refer to identify the cable wattage output and voltages. This chart also identifies the zone length of the cable. In most cases it will be 30 centimeters, but in a few part numbers it will be 60 centimeters. The kit contains sufficient materials to complete both ends of a circuit, less the enclosure or junction box. The enclosures are supplied separately, allowing for multiple cable entries as required. Kit contents include 2 strain relief fittings, 2 large silicone boots, 2 lengths of heat shrink, 2 anti-short collars, 2 sealing rings if required, and 2 small silicone boots. The anti-short collars are not a requirement. However, some installers prefer to use them, so they are supplied. The strain relief fitting includes an outer nut that compresses the grommet against the metallic washer, providing an environmental seal. The middle nut compresses the grounding spring, providing strain relief. Slide the heat-shrinkable insulation over the exposed bare bus wire node and or place multiple layers of electrical tape half-lapped around the node, thereby reinsulating the exposed bus wire conductor. Twist the bus wires together. Using a 500 volt Megger, measure the insulation resistance from the bus wires to the sheath. At this time, you should get a reading of 20 megohms or higher. Record this Megger information using either the form provided in the installation instructions or by using the appropriate documentation required by your company. Disassemble the strain relief fitting and slide the subcomponents in order onto the cable sheath. First the outer nut, then the grommet, then the metallic washer, and the body containing the grounding spring and threads. Install the large silicone boot over the bus wires and partway onto the sheath. While inserting the high temperature silicone into the boot, rotate the boot, ensuring a good seal. Place a small amount of silicone onto the sheath itself. And rotate the boot again while sliding it all the way onto the sheath. At this point, Megger the cable again, ensuring a reading of 5 megohms or higher. And don't forget to record the reading. PipeGuard CMH can be installed into any enclosure that is suitable and certified for the application, although we do recommend Drexan part number HP-FG-JB. Insert the cable into the enclosure hub so that the tip of the boot protrudes into the enclosure. Secure the threaded portion of the strain relief into the hub. Insert the washer and grommet into the main body, and secure the outer nut compressing the washer and grommet. After all the components are in position, use a pipe wrench to tighten down all the fitted parts in order, starting from the hub, finishing with the outer nut compressing the grommet. After the cable has been installed into the enclosure, use the 500 volt megger to measure the insulation resistance, ensuring the reading is 5 megohms or higher, and record the result. A properly made cable installation provides 25.5 centimeter long cold leads. Provide a service loop in the cable and fasten the cable to the pipe with the stainless steel tie wire. For the end of circuit termination or end seal, create a service loop in the cable and repeat the termination method, but this time cut back the bus wire tails to slightly different lengths to prevent them from making contact with each other, and install the small silicone boots over top of each bus wire. Install the strain relief into a suitable enclosure or ray muscle end seal. The end seal may be mounted directly on the pipe under the thermal insulation and cladding, providing the pipe temperature does not exceed 315 degrees Celsius. If the pipe temperature is higher, mount the end seal off the pipe and outside the thermal insulation.